People spend hours studying maps of places they will never visit. We trace trails we won't hike and plan trips we may never take. Technically, a map is a visual translation of data. It is an arrangement of coordinates, intersecting lines, and abstract geometric shapes used to represent physical space. Yet those lines often evoke a sense of mystery. Even children seem to have an instinctive attraction to a treasure map, drawn to the promise of what the symbols represent. Looking at these symbols can feel like a form of travel itself. It seems to trigger a connection to the visible horizon, prompting us to wonder what exists just out of sight. Maps function as psychological triggers. They take the desire to explore the unknown and make it visible on the page. For most of human history, movement was a requirement for survival. Hunter-gatherers navigated enormous distances across unmapped terrain using only memory and landmarks. To manage this, the human brain developed a sophisticated spatial awareness. The hippocampus evolved to create cognitive maps, internalizing the locations of water sources, safe paths, and dangerous regions. Eventually, humans began externalizing this mental data. They used drawings and diagrams to share geographic knowledge, ensuring that critical information could be passed down through generations. These earliest records were not works of art. They were functional diagrams designed to solve the problem of navigation. This suggests that cartography began not as a creative pursuit, but as a biological tool for staying alive. Reading a map helps reduce the psychological weight of uncertainty. By organizing a chaotic wilderness into a readable format, maps provide a sense of control over the environment. Historically, this sense of control was used to project political power. This 17th century world map shows how empires used detailed cartography to define their territories, treating the act of mapping a region as a step toward governing it. Because geographic knowledge offered such a strategic advantage, accurate maps were often treated as state secrets. As seen in these tactical plans for Normandy, understanding the terrain was the primary requirement for any military movement. In this historical context, possessing the data on the map meant possessing the power to influence physical reality. Topographic maps offer a unique mental experience. When we look at contour lines and elevation markings, the brain translates those flat symbols into a three-dimensional mental landscape. This roadmap of Lake Mead illustrates how we interact with distance. When we trace a route with a finger, moving from Boulder City toward the Grand Canyon, the brain's reward system activates, partially simulating the physical journey through the visualized space. This mental simulation generates anticipation. The map allows the user to explore the possibilities of the terrain before they ever set foot on the trail. For many, the emotional excitement of an expedition begins during this phase of paper-based planning. Modern GPS changed this completely. Navigation shifted from an active process of spatial awareness to a passive one of following instructions on a screen. When a device handles the movement for us, we tend to lose environmental memory. Our geographic awareness can weaken when we stop paying attention to landmarks and distance. This explains why hikers still prefer paper. A physical map provides context a small screen cannot, showing relationships between mountains, watersheds, and alternative paths simultaneously. While modern technology has made everyday wayfinding more convenient, it has also fundamentally changed the psychological experience of active exploration. Today, satellites have documented almost every corner of the planet, leaving very few geographic blink spots on the globe. Despite this, the desire for exploration remains. Humans continue to seek out new environments and different perspectives. A map remains a powerful visualization of freedom. It is a physical reminder that there are always roads leading elsewhere, and landscapes that exist beyond our current surroundings. This curiosity likely played a role in the development of human civilization. Groups that explored beyond their immediate boundaries often found new resources and opportunities that helped them adapt and survive. Maps endure because they represent a sense of possibility. They remind us that the world is larger than what we see on our screens, filled with places that must be experienced directly.
For more content like this, like and subscribe to our channel.